Hello and welcome. My name is Lynn and I have a little crafty haul to share. This is my design team haul actually from Cottage Cuts, and this month I actually got the full Halloween release. So really excited to share lots and lots of different sets in this collection, and super versatile some of these as well. So let me just start showing them to you one by one. So we have the spooky fence, and it's not too terribly spooky, it's just a little well worn. And it measures, here's the beautiful thing about Cottage Cut size. On their packaging, you'll always find the assembled size. So this is 2.5 by just over 1.25. So really nice size, that. Very versatile as well. So this is adorable. So these are your friendly ghosts. They are cute ghosts. You get two of them, and it does look like, yeah, so they've got, it's just the one die with both ghosts on it, but it's got the, I think that's either, it looks like it's just debossed detailing for the eyes and nose. So with it sort of debossed in like that, you can easily kind of, I would use maybe a black glaze pen and color that in black, and then do use a white gel pen for that little white highlight. And then we have the spooky web tree, and that's really look at all of that detail that you get in there, all the cobwebs and little spiders and bats. It's a really nice size. And so the tree is by itself one element. So you don't necessarily have to add all of the kind of spooky elements to it. You could just use the tree in that little wrapper with the bow and everything, and I would actually be tempted to see if I can find some Christmas ornaments to see if I can hang off of those tree limbs, and kind of turn it into a little bit of a Charlie Brown kind of Christmas tree. So there's that. We have your spider web here. Really nice size, about 2 by 2, that one. This is our little witchy ghost. So friendly, a nice friendly jack-o'-lantern. She's a friendly ghost too, because the ghost is smiling. And it's got a nice little witch's cap, the little boots and broom. Oh, this is adorable. And here's a sneaky peek of, oh, a few more witch items. So we've got the cauldron. Oh, look at the feet are a little shaped as little boots too. And then we've got the witch legs by themselves with all of that detailing. So you have separate die cut for the stripy bits, and then the solid of the stockings, and then the boot with the buckle detail. Same with the hat. You're going to have one die plate that has all of the various elements to kind of layer up, and you can either die cut out of white and color in those different elements, or die cut out of different colored cardstock. Then we have potion bottles. That's pretty cool. And you get a lot of different, it looks like you get 3 different shaped bottles, and I think, okay, yeah. So there's, if you can see there's these 3 different shaped bottles. Then you have another die that's similarly shaped, but this is actually the, it's probably going to be a little bit smaller so that it can represent the liquid that's actually in the bottle. That's pretty cool. And you get one for each of the 3, and you get your different, I think all of the stoppers are actually the same, but if you're running the entire die plate through, you're going to have all 3 stoppers that you need instead of having to die cut multiple times. And then you get your various Halloween elements to decorate your potion bottles with. So there was the little jack-o'-lantern face, the ghost, bat, spider, little tags, and various elements. So really cool that. Then this one's pretty cool. This was a Halloween Victorian gate. And I feel like this could just be the Victorian gate if you didn't see the tombstone and the jack-o'-lantern. Look how beautiful that looks. So you could totally use that by itself because all of those elements are going to be separate. And okay, that's kind of cool. So see how there's all that kind of brick detailing? That looks like that's a separate die that will cut out all of those highlights that give you that brick detailing, and you just would layer that right on top of the solid piece behind it. So that's really awesome. So there's that. Then we have Trick or Treat. This is your word die. It's a really nice size. Look at that. And you do get some additional elements if you want to accent your sentiment. So some stars, a skull, and a bat. We have Spooky Truck, and kind of similar to the Victorian gate here, I think this truck by itself is going to be pretty standard. It's just that the additional little accessories, oh, I love that detail. The cobweb with the spider that's in the window. It's these little elements, like the jack-o'-lantern faces in the hubcap, that make it Halloween themed. But I think you could just make this maybe like a fall truck for Thanksgiving and just put maybe some harvest veggies in the truck bed. You could use it for Christmas and put some Christmas trees in the truck bed as well. So I think at the end of the day, this is pretty versatile, and a lot of these Halloween elements you could be mixing and matching with other die sets in the collection as well. So, and that's going to be true of all of these sets. That's the fantastic thing about Cottage Cuts dies, is that you're seeing a lot of different jack-o'-lanterns, but they are all different. You're not, if you get the full collection, you're not going to get repeats. They're going to be differently sized, differently shaped, and will mix and match really well together. So here's our cute witchy, really adorable. She's got a different kind of hat here with the little spider hanging off the top. That's cute. And I wonder, you might be able to swap hats between. This might be a little too small, but you could play around with it a little if you wanted to change it up. This hat might be, yeah, a little bit too big for her, but there might be like a comical effect that you could be going with there. So I would just play around with it and just explore. Just because it might not be like exactly to scale, there may be some fun ideas there. And this one is graveyard. So tombstones here, I think there's looks like there's two different shaped tombstones, and one that has the RIP. Got your skull and crossbones and a raven on there. Very, very Halloween, that. Then we have our Halloween chair. Again, lots of Halloween elements, but I'm betting the chair itself is going to be, oh, well, the chair itself does have, oh, that's cute. Look at that detailing. That's a bat. That's kind of cool. That does make the chair Halloween, but if you wanted to use it for other seasons, you probably could cover that up with something. So there's that. But that's a nice little touch. That's a nice little detail. Then we've got our spooky tree gnome. I really like that the gnome is sleeping, just, you know, resting on this tree here, and it is a spooky tree. He's got eyes, which, yeah. So it doesn't look like the eyes are built into the tree. So your tree does not have to be spooky if you don't want it to be. So you don't have to use the cobweb, which is a separate die, or the spiders. There's a adorable little owl there, and without the eyes in there and the spider hanging down, you could make this just like a really you know, kind of like a fall tree. So really nice. But actually there are leaves, so you could make it more kind of lush by adding more leaves to it if you wanted. So there's that. We have a jack-o'-lantern witch, really adorable. Another style of witch's hat. And oh, look at that. Okay. Yeah. I think that's close. It's a little bit larger than the one that comes with this. But you might be able to swap it in there just to try out something different. So really cute. Got your cat, little witch's legs, and another broomstick. Oh, this is pretty different. A Halloween wreath. That's really, I haven't seen anything like that before. Okay, so that's cool. So you do get the branches by themselves in that circular shape. So you could maybe die cut that a couple times and rotate it just to get really, a lot, that idea of a lot of, twigs or branches intertwined. And then that would be the base of your wreath, which you could then use elements throughout the year to decorate it and theme it however you want, because that is its own die cut. And then it's all these other elements that make it a Halloween wreath that you can add to it. And of course, all of these sets have a lot of little Halloween elements that you can add to this as well. So I think that this is a great idea for a wreath, but also pretty versatile, because I think that wreath by itself can be used all year long. And then if you do get multiple die sets within the collection, then you can add additional things to it too. This is cute. This is a candy and bucket, so kind of your Halloween bucket with a friendly jack-o'-lantern. That's a nice large jack-o'-lantern bucket too. Very cool. Lots of little candies you can add. Oh, spooky kitties. They actually look like they're scared themselves. I feel like they're spooked by something. But we've got another potion bottle with the skull and crossbone label that you can add to it, and a friendly jack-o'-lantern, and another witch's hat. Oh yeah, I always keep going back to this just to see scale wise. Oh, this one's gonna fit really well. I think that's the closest in size so far, this hat, so you can swap her hat for this one. I think that's gonna work pretty well. Okay, so that's our spooky kitties, and then we're coming up on some of the larger dies. Look at that. This is a spooky Halloween castle, and I feel like if you didn't see the ghost and that cobweb, and imagine this in maybe pinks and purples, that would just be like a really magical kind of castle. So I feel like you can really theme that in a variety of different ways, and it doesn't have to be kind of dark and spooky. But yeah, here. I wonder, these feel like they're kind of the same style. So I would be tempted to be putting the Victorian gate in front of this castle. So this is 3 inches wide by 1.3 inches tall, and our castle is 3.3 inches wide by 4 inches tall. So yeah, this would stretch across there pretty well, I think. Really cute. I think those two would go together really well. So there's our spooky Halloween castle with a couple more ghosts. And then we have the haunted ghost house. And again, more ghosts, but different. So all the ghosts that we've seen so far, they're differently shaped. They have different expressions on them. Like, these have mouths on them. These just have eyes. The earlier ones we saw were bigger and friendlier. And this one also has a lot of really lovely detail. This looks like it might be debossed. Yeah. So that tree trunk base of the house, those are debossed lines that give you all of that bark texture. And then that's the roofing, all of the sort of shingles and stuff. So lots and lots of lovely detail. For both of these, I have a couple of the different cottage sets and camper sets that are themed to Christmas and Halloween, and I'm wondering if those elements, you know, can be used on some of these as well. For example, you could maybe Christmas up some of these by adding, you know, the string of lights, which I think my Christmas camper has, and bringing back out some of those older Halloween sets and just adding to these. Oh, look at this. Look at that. There's a bone. That's the support of this roof. Really awesome detail. Love all of that. And the window is actually broken as if the as if the ghost was flying out of it. That's amazing. Love all the detail in Cottage Cuts dies. They're just phenomenal for that. So that is the Halloween collection. The release is live and available on the Cottage Cuts website. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below if there's anything that you want to check out. And when I craft with these goodies, I'll be sure to add those project videos to my Cottage Cuts playlist. Thanks so much for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye.